Chairperson of NCTE, Professor Conclave, Member Secretary Abhinasha Misra Jha, in our expert panel, Professor Indu Prasad, Vice Chancellor, Azim University, Professor Sima Dhawan, Central University, Garhwal, and Brindaji. In this session, we are discussing our new program initiative by the NCTE in enlightenment of NEP 2020 reforms with newly designed UG and PG teacher education program such as 1-year BA, 2-year BA, 1-year MA, 2-year MA, and particularly in this session, we focus on the policy directive, newly structured norms and standards, curriculum frameworks, suggestive syllabi, and the integration of multidisciplinary approaches from expert and practitioners. So, I hand it over to our chairperson NCTE, Professor Pankaj Rawalji.
Good morning. Good morning. Respected Ms. Abhilasha ji, Member Secretary NCTE, respected Professor Shailesh and Zala sir, Chairperson, Western Region Committee NCTE, and moderator for this session. Respected Professor Indu Prasad ji, Vice Chancellor, Azim University. Respected Professor Sima Dhawan ji, Professor from Himati Nandan Bahuguna, Garhwal University, also co-chair for 2-year BA program committee. Professor Brinda ji, for post and representative of BA 1-year committee. Indu ji is representative of PG committee, MA committee. Honorable dignitaries, esteemed educators, distinguished guests, and dear students, good morning to you all. I hope you had a great breakfast in the morning. Our gracious host at NEHU have truly left no stone unturned in making us feel warmly welcome at this place of NEHU, Shillong. And yesterday's intense brainstorming, 3 very structured, very focused sessions, I am absolutely stunned by the depth of thoughts, the wealth of experiences, and the sheer intellectual vigor of this auditorium. Yesterday was a day of education, debate, and deep reflections. What we witnessed was not just a gathering of educators, it was a collective wisdom of India's finest minds in this hall. These were coming together for a cause, and the cause was to improve quality of teacher education in Bharat. And for that cause, we have been delegating in this conclave since last morning. And I believe we must continue this intellectual journey today as well. After all, history tells us that when minds engage in deep contemplation, something transformative emerges. And the theme of this conference itself is transforming teacher education towards Viksit Bharat 2047. As I said yesterday, just as churning of the ocean, Samudra Manthan, which has started yesterday from this great place of Shillong, and this Samudra Manthan exercise will be done in different regions, different states of India in the coming 2 months. And we will be having समुद्र मंथन जब होता है तो उसमें कुछ जहर निकलता है और कुछ अमृत निकलता है। जहर हम एनसीटी वालों के लिए छोड़ दीजिएगा, हमारे कंठ में बाबा शिव ने हमें ये ताकत बख्शी है कि हम उस कर्ज को धार के भी जीवित रहेंगे और उस अमृत को हम चाहते हैं भारत में सब जगह फैले और उस अमृत के साथ टीचर एजुकेशन must get a new vision, new meaning and transformative vision. This today we shift our focus from ITEP. Yesterday in first plenary session we had detailed discussion on ITEP program. ITEP के 5 forms, ITEP core program, ITEP yoga education, physical education, art education and language education हमने डिस्कस किया डिटेल और उसके ऊपर बहुत अच्छा डिस्कशन में फीडबैक दिया है। आज का इस सेशन का फोकस इज ऑन 2 year BA program, 1 year BA program, Master in Education MA program, full time 1 year and part time 2 year. So dedicated session will be helping us understand dimensions of NEP 2020, which has proposed to bring these 4 programs in line. These programs must evolve in the way that are meaningful, practical, and future ready. Let us reflect on the past for a moment. Before the introduction of NEP 2020, teacher education in India faced several structural and qualitative challenges. Operating in the fragmented manner with one-size-fits-all approach. I am saying this with a responsibility. When I say one-size-fits-all approach, because we had one BA program which was fitting to all the aspirants for school teaching. Now we are here with 3 different programs, not one size fits all, but different size as per the need of the stakeholder, need of an aspirant school teacher. If person is coming after class 12, 5 specialized ITEP programs are there. As Professor Indu Prashad yesterday helped us understand why these 5 programs. Because we do not want to compromise with the quality of any specialization. With that understanding, 4-year ITEP in physical education, yoga, language and art has been given equal vigor. No program is 1, no program is 2. All are parallel, equal with different specializations. Similarly, if a graduate, a class 12 pass student who is in 17 years plus in age, sometimes may not be able to decide whether he or she wants to go for school teaching. But during the course of time, while he or she is going through undergraduate degree, he or she may develop a taste for teaching also. So BA 1 year and BA 2 year give an opportunity to these people that yes, you can also come for school teaching. If you have not decided after class 12 and you couldn't go for ITEP, you're most welcome after your graduation. If you completed graduation of 3 years, you can come for a BA of 2 years. If you have completed graduation of 4 years, which is a new program of undergraduation as per NEP guidelines and as per UGC guidelines. After 4 years of graduation, you are most welcome to the world of school teaching and you can join us through 1 year of BA program. If somebody has done 3 years graduation or 4-year graduation and still not clear whether he or she wants to come to the profession of teaching or no, and go for master degree in the concerned discipline, and during master degree he or she develop a taste and interest for school teaching and want to explore the possibility, then again another window exclusively for postgraduates or 4-year graduates, which is 1 year BA, is available to them. That is why I called it a very inclusive, comprehensive, accommodating teacher education program. 3 different programs at bachelor's level, ITEP, BA, B.Ed. So dual major degree. B.Ed 1 year and B.Ed 2 year. Now these 3 programs, as I mentioned yesterday, I repeat myself, are offering into 3 different streams. Students can opt sciences as their pedagogy domain, They can opt business studies and commerce and economics as their pedagogical domain, or they can offer sciences, whether physical sciences or biological sciences, as their domain for pedagogical understanding of the discipline. So they can become teacher in BSc B.Ed, MSc B.Ed, MA B.Ed, MCom B.Ed. All streams are open. And then, as per new structure of school education, which is 5 plus 3 plus 3 plus 4. So B.Ed 1 year and B.Ed 2 year will be offering all these 4 specializations, and it is up to the student which specialization he or she wants to pursue. They may go for foundation stage with pedagogy of social sciences, pedagogy of sciences, pedagogy of mathematics and management business studies. They can go for secondary stage, preparatory stage or middle stage. It is up to their interest area. So again, as I explained yesterday, that ITEP is offering 4 stage specializations and 3 stream specializations. In total, it is offering 12 specializations, 4 multiplied by 3. Same is with B.Ed 1 year and B.Ed 2 year. People from sciences, humanities, social sciences, languages can come for B.Ed. They can opt any of the 4 stages and they can become school teacher of that specialized stage and that specialized cognitive domain of their subject knowledge. Before introduction of NEP 2020, as I mentioned, there was a fragmented manner teacher education which was proposing one size fits all approach. The system often lacked practical engagement, interdisciplinary exposure, and alignment with global educational standards, resulting in inconsistencies in teacher preparedness and professional growth of the individual. One of the primary concerns was the multiplicity of courses. Various undergraduate and postgraduate teacher education programs function with different and often inconsistent quality benchmarks. This lacks the standardization created disparities in teacher education, leaving many teachers not very well equipped to meet the evolving demands of the future generation. Postgraduate teacher education program remains predominantly theory-driven with limited opportunities of in-depth research and pedagogical innovations and leadership development. The absence of interdisciplinary learning further restricted the integration of crucial domains such as psychology, technology, artificial intelligence, special education, and preventing teachers from gaining a well-grounded and modern understanding of the field. Most importantly, professional development opportunities were minimal, offering little scope to the teachers to engage in higher education, in research, and continuous upskilling. This stagnation of pedagogical approaches hindered the overall progress of education in India. Recognizing this crucial gap in professional growth of the people of education, NEP 2020 presents a transformative vision for teacher education by making a more holistic, research-oriented, internship-oriented, field engagement-oriented, dynamic program for mass graduate. It seeks an alignment with teacher training in the broader aspiration and the knowledge society, ensuring that educators are not only well prepared to foster innovative, inclusive, and high-quality learning environment, but also quality researchers in the field of education. So far, decades of MA BA program was for 1 year. Many of us sitting in this auditorium are product of 1 year BA program, including myself. We have done 1 year BA program. This program, which is coming back for 1 year BA, is not the same as it was up to 2014. As I mentioned, now this is for a specialized population of postgraduates or 4-year graduates. So this makes a difference. You cannot equate cognitive domain of a 12th pass student and a master degree holder. You cannot equate competencies of a graduate of 3 years and a postgraduate of 5 years, 3 plus 2. So, keeping a conscious decision about this was taken by NCTE while proposing 1-year period, and the concern about quality of the program has already been taken care by NCTE while drafting these curriculum structures and curriculum programs. A 8-member committee under the chairpersonship of Professor Chand Kiran Saluja ji has already been constituted by NCTE to look into the parity concern and quality concern across the teacher education programs. We have proposed 3 programs: ITEP, B.Ed 1 year, B.Ed 2 year. This 8-member committee under the chairpersonship of Professor Chand Kiran Saluja ji is looking into parity aspect as well as quality aspect of all the teacher education programs with all 4 stages and 3 streams of specializations. So I want to assure you that a teacher educator who is given this responsibility to regulate the teacher education in the country is very much aware of his responsibility as an individual and NCT's responsibility as a responsible institution. I assure you that none of the program will come out with a compromised component on quality or parity. So this is a public assurance which I am giving from Shillong to all the stakeholders. Here is a question: did this shift genuinely enhance the quality of teacher education? Yes. In some ways, stretching the process without truly strengthening the outcome. Did the additional year make our teachers more skilled? I asked myself and the teacher educators sitting in the auditorium. Just by increasing one more year of teacher education, have we actually made difference in the quality teacher education? Or we see more of absentee BH, more of dummy institutions, more of institutions with better quality of education and infrastructure. So, those who say that 2-year BA was got in the light of Justice Verma's recommendation, I want to have discussion with them also that Justice Verma recommendation not at a single point during the whole report has proposed to have 2-year BA. They have proposed to enhance the quality of BA program as proposed in Kothari Commission of 1964. Justice Verma Commission suggested, referred to Kothari Commission of 1964-66 and proposed to enhance the quality of teacher education program in line as proposed in Kothari Commission recommendations. So this argument that just by increasing one more year, quality will automatically be taken care. Personally, I am not for it. I believe the BH I did for 1 year, which was very, very amazing, very, very demanding, very, very hands-on experience and lesson planning and internship oriented. That such program now is exclusively for postgraduates and 4-year graduates. Now this is the time to critically examine what was worked, what has not worked, and there is a time to change. Policy 2020 has given us this opportunity to precisely think over and introduce a new restructured framework in the draft NCTE Regulations 2025, where we have got 9 teacher education programs, and in those 9 programs, 5 have been discussed yesterday and 4 will be discussing now in this session. As 1-year BH for candidates, as I mentioned, is for 4-year graduates on 4 stages. Meanwhile, the BA 2-year program will also be offered, will continue. Please don't hear any uninformed decision, uninformed rumor or misinterpretation that 2-year B.Ed is going to be closed. No, 2-year B.Ed will continue. Institutions, standalone institutions which are offering B.Ed at the moment 2-year program will be given an option to continue offering 2-year B.Ed or to shift to 1-year B.Ed. It is up to them. It is up to the community's need and young people's choice. If there are more 4-year graduates coming, then they can shift to 1 year. If there are more 3-year graduates coming, they can continue with 3-year and 2-year B.Ed. So both the choices, both the programs will remain. Both the programs are NCTE programs, NCTE approved programs, and there is no number 1 and number 2. Both are number 1. Now coming to postgraduate program, equally crucial is Master of Education. We all agree that if we are build a robust teacher education ecosystem for the country, we need not just great teachers but also great responsible teacher educators. In the year 2020, I wrote a newspaper article where I expressed my concern and my worries about the discipline of education, which was losing its significance in the regulations 2021, where B.Ed and master degree was declared eligibility to become a teacher educator for ITEP program. That provision has also been reviewed, and in the new ITEP regulation, which is Appendix 1 of 2025 regulation, this I will not say mistake, but this gap has been filled, and now to become a teacher educator, master degree in education has been made a compulsory qualification for all the 9 programs of teacher education. Undertake a few framework we propose for MEd. Who can do MEd? Anybody who has done 4 years of ITEP program, or has done B.Ed of 1 year, or has done B.Ed of 2 years. So anybody with bachelor's degree in education can come for master degree in education. This is an intensive research-driven program aims at producing highly skilled teacher educators, academic mentors, and educational policy researchers. We are proposing 2 master degree programs, one as full-time for the people who want to continue their education after their bachelor degree, want to pursue master degree as full-time course for 1 year. And for the education professionals, whether they are in school, whether they are in SCRT, NCRT, textbook writer, curriculum developer, participants of CBSE, etc. They can do, if they are willing to go for master degree in education, they are most welcome to come for MEd part-time, which will be for 2 years. This MEd part-time is again not a new idea of NCTE. University of Delhi and Gandhigram University in Ahmedabad have been running this program for more than 50 years after independence. Pankaj Arora standing before you, it himself is a product of MEd part-time from University of Delhi. And MEd part-time gave me a better exposure because I was working in a school as a school teacher that time and pursuing my master degree in the evening hours from Central Institute of Education, University of Delhi. This 2-year MEd part-time for working professionals will enable those already in education sector to pursue advanced studies without taking a career break, without taking 1 year paid or without paid leave. They can pursue in the school, they are experimenting education, they are trying their innovative ideas, and in MEd classes, they are relating those theoretical understandings with the practical exposure. So hand in hand, these experience can go, and for them, this opportunity has been got. Let me tell you something. Thank you. This format has already been successfully implemented in 2 universities, as I mentioned earlier. Now, before I conclude, I want to emphasize something important. These structural changes are not only one piece of puzzle, because ultimately a well-structured program is only as good as it's implemented. So bringing a good program is one thing, Its rollout, its implementation is equally important. Teaching educators are well trained to deliver these revised programs effectively. This is my faith and my confidence. Curricula are enhanced with real world applications. UGC has proposed three models for postgraduate degree. One is research centric 40 credit program for 1 year. Another is coursework centric MH master degree for 40 credit 1 year. And third is combination of the two, coursework as well as intense research implication. NCTE is proposing master degree 1 year as a combination of both. Part of it is coursework and part of it is research based. Induji will give you details about that. Now, I will conclude by repeating my small point that these deliberations, these discussions are just the beginning of a new era in the world of teacher education. I urge you all to engage critically, deliberate rigorously, challenge assumptions, and most importantly, contribute your valuable feedback to us before 8 March. 8 March is the closing date for first phase of feedback. It is not that after that NCT will not give the feedback. We all know programs evolve with the time. In the coming time, NCT will keep upgrading its programs in a holistic opportunity as per the directive of NEHU 2020. With this, let us begin today's deliberation and understand BH 1 year, 2 year, MH 1 year, 2 year in the right spirit and try to give right message to the future generation of teacher educators and our educational institutions. Thank you. Namaskar.
Our member secretary of NCTE, Abhilasha Musra, present, Hello Education.
I was just telling sir, after such a clear and such a concise, delivery of what is intended and how it is proposed to be implemented, I really do not have much to say. So what I do is, I will not take much of your time. I'll just recap the regulations that we made for the 4 courses, and I will focus only on the regulatory aspect. I would request the experts of each of the courses to delve deep into the academic aspects of it. And sir may object to it, but I always say, I don't say it, I don't claim to be an outsider, but yeah, from the perspective of a person who's not into teacher education, I also have the advantage of being objective. And the disadvantage of not being able to give you as many details and the clarity and the thought behind what has gone into these regulations. So which I think the experts will be better equipped to handle. And just recapitulate. So, like we had the 2 sessions yesterday. Sir and me, we missed out on the session on NGST and NML because we were in the press conference. But we are told that it was a very meaningful and a very enlightening session, a very interactive one, which we actually wanted it to be that way. Because by now I think each one of you would have experienced that this is what we actually wanted. We wanted to hear from you and we wanted to learn as to what are the challenges and what are the experiences that the people in the field are facing, so that we could incorporate those learnings into the regulations, because regulations are for people, for individuals, they are once in a lifetime opportunity. So we should be pouring our hearts out, our minds into them, because I don't think that regulations are made, year on and year on. They are made for years to get. So, after the 2 very professional and learning experiences of the plenary session 1 and 2, we begin with the plenary session 3, which deals with the programs other than ITEP, that is the UG and PG programs. A brief background as to what the policy says about these programs. Could we get on to the next slide? You would have seen in para 15.1, it's a little verbose, generally not the way we do it in the PPT, but we wanted to quote verbatim as to what the policy says about these programs. In para 15.1 of NEP 2020, see, what I feel is that here is a policy document that is trying to not just structure the teacher education on the lines of liberal disciplines and bring them into a multidisciplinary environment, but it's also trying to raise the stature, the standard, and the quality of teacher education based on, again, my understanding, on three fundamental principles. One is the experience that the teacher education sector has had till now. Second is the changes that are happening in the school education, and we are trying to align ourselves with that, and also to equip our students to be able to rise to the level of the global scenario that we are now seeing as the aspiration levels are rising, and which rightfully are, they should rise, and our children should get the opportunity of even going abroad into teaching. These are the three major things that are driving the changes that I see in the field of teacher education. So the policy talks of para 5.22 of the policy talks of B.Ed and M.Ed and PhD degrees in education, and para 5.24 focuses on learner-centered and collaborative learning. And the overall intent that I see in the policy is to maybe to bring back the profession as a noble profession. When we were growing up, teaching and medical, these are the two professions that we call the noble professions. So I think this is the thought behind the changes, the transformation that is driving in the field of teacher education. So now I come to the NCTE regulations. NCTE regulations 2014 were based on the previous academic structure, that was 10 plus 2. Whereas now it is 5 plus 3 plus 3 plus 4. Earlier we had the B.Ed 2-year program and the M.Ed 2-year program. Whereas now there are greater opportunities, as Sir said, and he gave us the reasons behind having these many opportunities for the programs in B.Ed 1 year, 2 years, and the full-time and part-time M.Ed programs. The B.Ed 1 year program, the eligibility requirement is at least 50% marks or an equivalent grade in a master's degree or a 4-year undergraduate degree in a specialized subject. Whereas in the B.Ed 2-year program, the candidates must have at least 50% marks in the 3-year or 4-year bachelor degree or any equivalent qualification. The reservation and relaxation policies as per the central and state government of the Union Territory Administration rules, and the admission procedure will be based on a centralized admission test to the National Common Entrance Test. The slides on curricular structure, I would request we can skip them off and to be dealt with by the expert panelists. We can come to the NCTE Regulations 2025 for the M.Ed. The eligibility requirements in M.Ed full-time are minimum 50% marks or equivalent grade in B.Ed 1 year, B.Ed 2 year, ITEP, B.Ed, BSc B.Ed, and B.Ed. Again, the reservation and relaxation and admission procedures is what I told you earlier. In the M.Ed part-time, the eligibility requirements are minimum 50% marks or an equivalent grade in B.Ed 1 year, B.Ed 2 years, ITEP, B.Ed, BSc B.Ed, and B.Ed. The only difference here in M.Ed part-time is Practices for working teachers and professionals in educational administration, research, curriculum development, policy making, and teacher education. Thank you so much. With this, I think the expert panelists will take it forward for me. Thank you.
our expert panel, Professor Ritu Prasad, for his guidance and talk.
So I just talk you through the MA program that is being proposed. Yeah. We're still in the process of closing the curriculum and the syllabus. The broad structure is mostly approved, but the details are going to take a little more time, and the committees are working on each component of the curricular structure. The B.Ed 1 year and the B.Ed 2 years are ready, but the M.Ed is currently, like I said, work in progress. Professor Arora spoke about the importance of teacher educators. This room is full of people who are in that role, so I'm not going to repeat myself. Except to say that if we have to make a success of the ITEP program, the B.Ed 1 year, the B.Ed 2 years, we need very, very high quality teacher educators in the system across the country. And that was the basis of the redesign of the Masters in Teacher Education program. We're looking at two programs. We're looking at a 1 year full-time, 40 credit program, and we are looking at a 2 year part-time. The assumption is that the credits will get doubled, but that's a conversation because we've not gotten there yet. There were two thoughts during the discussion of the MA program. One, that because it is going to be, as time goes on, for students who have already been through a 4-year teacher education program, it is important to build on that. So in terms of breadth, so you're looking at perspectives in education, you're looking at key areas of focus in the area of specialization. I'll talk a little more about that. You're also looking at research and field practice and a dissertation. So there are several things. So you're going to broaden capacities, broaden abilities, while providing depth. The depth will come from your area of specialization, both subject and stage, right? There is a difference between the stage specialization in the teacher education program and the stage specialization in the master's program. In the teacher education program, you specialize in one stage. In the master's program, you specialize in 2 stages. It's a combination. So you specialize either in the foundational plus preparatory or the middle plus secondary. This is a big difference. The reason being that given the kind of work the masters in teacher education students would be doing, combining these 2 stages made a lot of sense. Because they're going to do field practice in these 2 areas, you're going to do research and a dissertation, and you're going to do subject specialization courses in these areas, right? So, can everyone see the table there on the screen? Yeah? Are you able to? Could you try and take a look? I don't know what to do about it. Can someone bring the screen a little in front? Is that possible? If that is possible. Otherwise, it's not visible on the other side. No? I don't know. Is it possible to bring in front of it? Or is that going to be a problem? I can see, and they can't see. They can't see. It's going to take 2 minutes. Yeah, can you see it now?
No, ma'am.
Then come in front here. Who said no? Come in front.
There's
Come right in
to be
front.
enlarged. Uh, yeah, it's very small. They should take it at the back and they should take the LCD a little bit backward. Yeah, they should take it a little bit backward. Instead of bringing it towards the screen, they should pull it back. Yeah, that's what they need to do.
Okay. Okay. Since I have created a problem, shall I continue talking?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, please.
Okay. So the first the first component is what we're calling a student induction program. So students will spend a little bit of time getting oriented and things of that nature. That's one set. This is common across all programs, the ITEP and all other programs. This is uncredited in the ITEP, uncredited across the 2 year, 1 year. It's uncredited here as well. Yeah. Second is the foundation courses. That's when you really begin. And focus of these courses is you're looking at multiple perspectives, you're doing a lot of analysis. These are areas fundamental to education, but the perspective in the master's program will be around the implication of these areas for teacher education. So you will do your philosophy, sociology, arts, aesthetics, ethics, values, and things of that nature. But the perspective, because you've done all this in your teacher education program, you're coming to a master's, the perspective will be around teacher education. So that is one difference. After a lot of argument, there was a course on AI and digital education has become a compulsory course in this program. And I think everybody felt that it's absolutely necessary. Now it's a part of everything, and it's good for teacher educators also to have that kind of understanding. So that is that big piece. The second big piece is two elective courses out of a set, and I'll talk once you get that slide up. I'll talk about it. The third piece is the stage and subject specialization. Like I said, you specialize in either foundation plus preparatory or middle plus secondary. And you do 2 courses in each, right? 2 courses in specialization 1 and 2 courses in specialization 2. Both these courses are based on the subject that you choose. So you could choose between science, social science, language, what else? Physical education, art education, the same set that runs through the teacher education program, same set runs through here. So, if I choose the first specialization, I choose foundation plus preparatory. I will do course 1 on science education in foundation and preparatory. Course 1 will focus a lot on the curricular frameworks, textbook analysis, that kind of thing. And I will do course 2, which will focus on pedagogy, assessment, evaluation. The focus again is on teacher education, not on student education. You've done it in your teacher education program. So in the masters, the focus is on how does this work when you teach teachers, when you teach young people to become teachers. That's the focus, right? So these are 4 credits of these courses. And then there is the second part of your specialization, which is field practice and field research, which is directly connected to your stage and subject specific specialization. So the specialization continues. The stage that you have chosen, the subject that you have chosen, you do courses in it, which is row 4 in the table, if you can take a look. And in row 5, your specialization continues. So you spend time in practice. And practice could be in a TEI as working as a teacher educator. Your practice could be working in SCRT, working in a diet. You could be working in an exam board. The range could be as many as possible, right? So you do 2 credits of field experience through this specialization. And then the big piece of full 12 plus 4 credits on research. You do a dissertation, you do a research project, again connected to your specialization. So row 4 in pink, row 5 in green, and row 6 in blue. All 3 are connected to your specialization. So as a master's degree holder in teacher education, you graduate with a specialization in a couple of stages and a subject area. Your research and dissertation, it could be connected to practice, which is what one would prefer. It could be a survey, it could be, actually working with teachers who work with diverse learners. I mean, there are plenty of examples there. So between your dissertation, your field experience and your courses, that forms the basis of your specialization. There is a 4-credit course on research methods, which you will do before you get into your dissertation. Semester 1 is 20 credits, semester 2 is 20 credits. It's pretty much a very, very packed course. It's a very, very packed program. This is broadly what the program is going to be about. So you have a set of perspectives, 14 credits on perspectives, and 16 plus 4, 20 plus 2, 22 credits around your specialization. That's the distribution of the program. This redesign for the 2-year part-time has not happened yet. It will happen once we close the details and the detailed documents of the 1-year full-time. But the idea for the part-time is that it will take 2 years and not 1. It will be spread in a way that helps practicing teachers or other practitioners to really access this program. At this point, the thinking is that it will not have an online component, it will be physical. So it will have to be close to your area of work. At this point, that's the thinking. We'll have to talk a little more, we'll have to talk to many more people and try and see exactly how that will work. So it will work like in the morning, you're in school, or in the day, you're in school, and in the evening, you're in your master's class, right? Or in the weekends, you're in your master's class. At this point, that's the thinking. Like I said, we'll have some more conversations around whether we can introduce a blended component. I'm not terribly sure. Many of us in the curriculum group have strong views on this, and as you know, every curricular exercise is a battle, and we'll have to see. Which are the ideas that make more sense to most people. So broadly, that's the structure. Like I said, we're in the middle of putting together the details, and once one set of details is close to completion, we will release it for comments from all of you. Yeah, thank you.
Now I invite request to Professor Sima Dhawan for the education program newly designed by the NCTE.
So I'm here to discuss the Bachelor of Education program Day-2 year, and we all know that we have this NEP 2020 document, which is very much forward-looking, and it is a vision for India's education system at all levels. Of course, ITEP which is introduced by NCTE, and it emphasizes inclusivity, that everyone matters, no one should be left behind. So all these are the aspects of NEP which should be incorporated in any teacher education program. It emphasizes India's culture, India's tradition, India's ethos, and of course, digital pedagogy, the skills required for a digital platform, and the internship, the skill-oriented program. Also, it calls for integration of art, integration of technology, and integration of sports as well as yoga in the curriculum, and for this ullas, for lifelong learning for all. And the learning outcomes based curriculum. So, looking to all these aspects, for the quality education, as per NEP 2020, it highlights that for quality education is the key to more vibrant, socially engaged, cooperative communities and a happier, cohesive, cultured, producive, innovative, progressive, and prosperous nation. So, in the way this quality education is directly linked to our nation development, and for that, for this BA 2-year program is reviewed as per the light of NEP 2020. So, we have addressed the National Higher Education Qualification Framework, National Credit Framework, credit-based courses, and there is integration of theory, projects, and practicum as highlighted in the qualification frameworks, community engagement and service point, and it is very much skill-based. Professional practice and internship has been included in this program. As per National Credit Framework, 20 credits shall be awarded for a 6-month semester. Since this is a 2-year BA program, so there will be 4 semesters. So 80 credits and there is flexibility. So total program is for 84 credits, and this NEP, it calls to prepare teachers to address the complex needs of students in the 21st century. So looking all this, this Bachelor of Education program, it will lead to the BA degree of 2 years, and it has been described in the Appendix 6. So there are 4 types of specialization in BA 2 year. Now it is BA Foundational, BA Preparatory, BA Middle, and BA Secondary. As per National Higher Education Qualification Framework 2023, there is option of multiple entry and exit. And this BA 2-year program, it will be of 4 semesters, 96 days per semester, and 40 hours per week. And it may be completed within a maximum period of 4 years. And for implementation, now we have designed, the NCTE team has designed this course, the suggested syllabi for this program, and the institutions, the higher education institutions, they have the opportunity to modify it up to 30% as per the local requirements. And it is very much outcome-based approach has been used in this designing this curriculum, and the focus is on the graduate attributes and stage-specific attributes as well as the professional competences which are required for a teacher, for a quality teacher. So there are 5 curricular areas. These are foundations of education. 30 credits has been given to foundations of education, and 35.71% of all the credits. And second curricular area is the stage-specific content of pedagogy of 16 credits. Ability enhancement and value-added courses, 16 credit is there, and for school experience internship, 20 credit is given, and for community engagement and service, 2 credit is allotted for that. The whole course, there is integration of classroom teaching, that is the theory, the internship, and practicum is an integral component of all the courses. So total credit is of 84 for this 2-year BA program, and for the foundation of educations, there are 9 courses: education for Indian education, child development, philosophical and sociological perspective, assessment and evaluation, school leadership, curriculum planning, that is also stage specific, and educational technology, school system, in how to create an inclusive school. And there is one elective courses that can be chosen from the basket of courses has been given. For the stage specific, two subjects can be chosen, can be opt. But for the foundation of education, there is no choice. All 8 courses they have to, they are mandatory. And for the ability enhancement and mathematics courses, there are 7 courses. For language proficiency, all these courses are related to the development of competencies that are required for a quality teacher. Education policy analysis, integration of art, Indian ethos, ICT enable, understanding self and education for global citizenship. For the internship, there are 6 aspects. One is the pre-internship, then school observation is there, schools-based research is promoted, internship and teaching in the school, and then this is the new thing which has been added in this BA 2-year program, that is digital and open pedagogy. That the schools which, that the skills which are required, the competencies which are required for digital platform and creating teaching learning materials. So all these are about the courses of BA 2-year program. So for Indian to include the Indian traditions or the Indian ethos to promote, there is one course of 4 credit of Indian ethos and teachers, and of course for integrating the technology, emphasis has been given to the educational technology course, that is for 4 credit, and also skill enhancing course is there, for value-added course is there for ICT enabled teaching in classroom. To cater to the art integration, there is a course on integration of art and value inculcation, and there is a course on creating an inclusive school. What is required to develop the sensitivity towards all, for all, this to cater the diversity that exists in the classroom. This course highlights this part. And we all know that now we are talking about mental health and well-being. So for this, understanding the self, this course has been introduced in this BA 2-year program. Of course, there is an internship and school-based research is highlighted, it is promoted in this program. And the most important, that is the digital and open pedagogy, which is a new course. And all the courses have practicum aspect, and there is one course for community engagement and service, especially for lifelong learners. So now the BA trainees, they will be given the opportunity to know about, they have to register in the last platform and then work accordingly. So these all courses, the general attributes for graduate attributes has been taken care of, and of course the stage specific capacities, because every stage, whether it is foundational, middle, preparatory or secondary, the learners are different. So some specific skills are required. So that stage specific capacities, focus on those stage specific capacities, in addition to the professional competences that are required. So with the combination, with the integration of all these 3, there are 4 types of BA 2 years, with the specialization in foundational, preparatory and secondary has been designed. So I thank you all.
धन्यवाद शिवाजी, बहुत से अच्छी तरह से क्लियर ग्रेड प्रोग्राम का एक्सप्लेनेशन प्रेजेंटेशन हमको दिखाया, और हम सभी चाहते हैं कि ये प्रेजेंटेशन हमको मिले। आप लोग चाहते हैं तो प्रेजेंटेशन शिवाजी सबको शेयर हो, ऐसा कुछ प्रोविजन एनसीटी के करेंगे। तो शिवाजी तो खुले दिल की है, हाँ बोल दिया और तुरंत दे दिया, तो अच्छा है। एक बार जोरदार तालियां हो जाए शिवाजी के लिए। तो अभी हमारे नेक्स्ट एक्सपर्ट पैनल में जो है प्रोफेसर वृंदा जी, वो नेहरू यूनिवर्सिटी से ही है, तो 1 ईयर बीएड प्रोग्राम के बारे में अपना प्रेजेंटेशन देगी वो।
I am very privileged to be a part of this 1 year BEd committee.
which was formed by NCTE. And I would like to in fact thank our entire team of the one-year BEd committee for coming up with this curriculum structure, and also with this now that we are ready to start this entire one-year BEd program. And just wanted to share that we have worked a lot. Last year, the whole year we have been working for this one-year BEd. We had a lot of offline meetings as well as online meetings. So I would like to share that our online meetings always happened after 8 p.m. So which would go on till 10 p.m. or so. And sometimes we would also miss the dinner time because this meeting was going on, which was so important that we had to come up with this structure. So anyway, I'll be presenting to you this curriculum structure of the one-year BEd. And our chairperson and the other members have already spoken about the requirement of this one-year BEd. And here I would just like to state that the first eligibility criteria of this one-year BEd. We are actually we are going to use this one-year BEd only for the teachers or any students who have passed out the 4-year UG program, or anyone who has cleared the master's degree program in a specific subject. So the structure goes like this. First of all, in this one-year BEd, we just have 2 semesters. That is semester 1 and 2, and the total credit will be 44 credits. That is, we need to complete 44 credits to avail this one-year BEd degree. And in the initial stage, that is the first one, I would like to say that as a curricular component, the student induction program will be for 1 week only. And that is for both initially when we start the program. And then we have the foundations of education. So in semester 1, we have 2 credits for that, which is given to education in India, 1 paper. Then philosophical and sociological perspective of education, which is 2 credits has been given. And the psychological perspectives of education has been given 2 credits. And then followed by the third component, that is the state-specific content pedagogy. So in the first semester, 12 credit has been given for that, and this is purely for the pedagogy, state-specific pedagogy courses. And then we go to the fourth component, that is the school experience. In first semester, we have pre-internship practice, which is of 2 credits, that is for demonstration lessons, peer teaching, and school observation. And we also have in first semester the Community Engagement and Literacy Service, New India Literacy Program, each one, cleaning drive and awareness campaign. That has been given 2 credits. So therefore, in first semester, the total is 22 credits. This student will have to go through 22 credits to go to the second semester. And I also read out to you what are we going to do in the second semester. So in the second semester, directly we have the foundation education course, where we have the paper called Perspectives on School Leadership and Management, which is 2 credits. Inclusive education is 2 credits. Then foundational education, which is all the elective papers, which is, I'll just read out to you. Like assessment and evaluation, then adolescence education, education for mental health, education for sustainable development and global citizenship, then emerging technologies in education, then art education, which is performing and visual, understanding India, Indian ethos and knowledge system, then teacher education, yoga and understanding, then understanding self, active citizenship and democratic values, which is another option. Then gender education, guidance and counseling, human rights education, peace education, tribal education, economics of education, environmental education, education and industry, and any other relevant course which is decided by the university or the institution. So these are all the elective courses which are being offered for this one-year BEd program. and we have worked out for all these papers, and the content is already available. And this is of 2 credits in the second semester. And again in the second semester, we have a state-specific and content cum pedagogy, which is only of 4 credit. In the first semester, it was 12 credit, but in the second semester, it is only of 4 credits. And then we also have internship for the school experience. We have internship in teaching, including development of teaching learning material, which is of 10 credits. Earlier in the first semester, we had only 2 credits for school experience, but in the second semester, we have 10 credits. And then we also have school-based research, post-internship, which is review and analysis, which is again of 2 credits. So all total in the second semester also we have 22 credits. So therefore, the first semester is 22 credits, second semester is 22 credits. So we have a total of 44 credits which has to be completed for the award of degree. And this is all that we have planned for the curriculum structure for the 1-year B.Ed program. And I know that it is going to be very, very useful, especially, for the untrained teachers which are still there to clear the backlog of untrained teachers. And NCTE has taken up this big initiative actually. If you look into our state also, the state of Meghalaya, we have a huge number of untrained teachers who really need this course. And immediately, when the course is launched, immediately they can, avail this course. And similarly, admission again will be through the NCTE exams, which will be conducted by the NTE and the NCTE. So that is all I have to say with regards to the curriculum structure of this 1-year B.Ed program. Thank you so much.
For doing such a good presentation regarding the B.Ed 1-year programs. Now the session is open. It become now interactive session. Those are any kind of questions regarding 1-year B.Ed program, 2-year B.Ed program, 1-year Master of Education program, or 2-year education program. So this session is open for all. Okay, anyone can ask.
I have already saw all the curriculum structure of the 2-year B.Ed. That's all the curriculum structure involves the function course, state-specific course, school experience, and the ability enhancement program, value-added courses, and lastly the community engagement program also. All are similar to the ITEP program we have already learned and regarding our student also. So one program you have newly introduced, that is digital and the open pedagogy. Can you tell us what about the digital and the open pedagogy? What will we learn newly from this paper? Thank you, ma'am.
I just thought before leaving from this conclave, I must put on record my appreciation and the quality engagement of Northeast region into discussions and rich deliberations on regulations 2025. I have some other pressing need. Tomorrow morning, I have to be in Day-2 for another academic engagement. So I have to go to Guwahati, then to Delhi, and then to Day-2. So you have to excuse me for that. But my best wishes for the rest of the 2 important sessions. One is after this session, we have planned an open session. So in open session, our experts would be taking more questions on any aspect of the regulations 2025. And then validatory session, where we help you with the help of all the participants, we will work out the roadmap ahead. How should we proceed in the right direction under the guidance of ADP 22. So my good wishes to all of you. NCTE is a public institution where we all are partners. Formally, we are sitting there to collect ideas from all parts of the country and to consolidate them into quality teacher education programs. Thank you very much. Namaskar.
Dr. Mary, for asking this question. So, there are many aspects when we introduced this course, that is Open Pedagogy, 2 credit course. One is that the teachers, they should know how to search the available content on the net, which are available on the net, and how to use them in their teaching learning process. So one thing is to identify the OER which is available on the net, and then to use them in the teaching learning process. The second part is that to design the lesson plan integrating all these resources which are available. So some kind of skills are required to integrate the OERs, whether it is a PDF or any audiovisual or audio or image or any other resources which are available. So one thing is to integrate them in their lesson plan and design the lesson plan, and then to deliver that lesson plan in online platform. So using any online platform to deliver these lesson plans. Second thing is that one more thing is there that as per NEP 2020, it highlights that technological competencies should be there in the teachers. They should be developed in the teachers. The teachers must be competent to use all these things. Looking to the COVID time, we all moved to online education. So a teacher must know how to use all these platforms, how to create the even how to create the OERs or the content which can be used in online platform. The second part is that this course, it includes the word open. It means openness is there. So now there is a different perspective that the learners, they can be involved in the process of creating knowledge. They can be a co-creator. That is the main aspect. So in this course, the trainees, they have to develop 6 online lesson plan they have to design and deliver on any of the digital platform. They have to create a group. They must know how to create a group and then how to transact that lesson in that digital platform. That is the main thing.
Actually, this is you understand, the most important part, because whatever they learn, they apply it in the school setting. So, last time also in 2014, NCTE said that there will be a handbook on internship. So, may we request also to come up with a handbook which really help the institution as well as to the student teachers. And also, when every professional course when they do, there is also a stipend relating to internship. So, and they also go to different schools and a lot of logistical arrangements are there. So, can there be also a kind of things we can propose? Because many queries are there, things are new, so naturally there will be doubts and queries. So, if anyone does now MA part-time, we are introducing it, that's also very welcome move. So, can there be also BEd part-time? Those who have done their DLEd full-time. So will there be any such course, or will there be any such bridge course? If I have done my ITEP for secondary, can we go also ITEP middle or foundational stage at later on if we want to change? And another thing, ma'am, I am from IASC. We know, and there are many diets are also present, and Sir was also mentioning many financial aids are given to diet for implementing various programs. But CTs and IAC, we are not receiving any financial grants. But, for carry out this research and all, we require, now infrastructural requirements are there. So from central, if NCTE makes some arrangements, because, our existence also, we need to also in a transition phase, CTs and IAC. And, these so many decades they have been imparting teacher education. So what kind of support you are thinking of providing to IACs and CTs? So these are some of the questions we have, and we request you all to help us. Thank you.
You use the term TI. So now we are moving towards multidisciplinary approach. So the right term is HEI. higher education institutions, because all the teacher education program will be offered in a multidisciplinary approach in a multidisciplinary institution. So it is better to use HES. And for the rest of the queries, yes.
The major change that, or the transformation is the right word that I was, the most appropriate word that I can use is, that we see is the transformation of the teacher education institutions into multidisciplinary institutions. Of what the understanding is at the NCTE, and I would like to share, is bringing the teacher education into the same or similar kind of structure as that of liberal disciplines, offering them in an environment where there are multiple disciplines that are being offered. So that is why if you would have read the regulation, I'll just read it. It has encapsulated the National Education Policy and the UGC's definition. It says, higher education institutions offering a diverse range of subjects integrating multiple disciplines. So if it is just a single discipline, then it doesn't fit into the definition of multidisciplinary. And as I understand, this is a transformation, this is a transition, and it could throw up challenges. And there is a document by the UGC which has guidelines on how to transform into multidisciplinary institutions. So those are the guidelines which you would be following to see whether the higher education institution falls into the category of multidisciplinary or not. So this is one part of the question.
I would also like to speak with regards to what you said regarding the subject specific, whether BSc, BEd, BE, BEd, and the BCom BEd. So I can speak on the 1-year BEd which we have discussed. Suppose now these are state specific courses. Suppose a person has decided to do a BA BEd, so he goes in for the BA BEd course, and this is again. It depends whether the institution is offering the foundation stage, the preparatory stage, the middle stage, or the secondary stage. Suppose now he opts to go for secondary stage, okay? So he is doing BA, BEd in the secondary stage, and then when he has to select, whether whatever subject, disciplinary subject he has chosen for the stage specific, it could be, geography, or it could be, history, for instance. So he goes in with that subject, and then he follows that path with that subject. At the same time, they are also given the school experiences. At the same time, they are also being given this foundation of education where they get, in touch with the education domain also. Okay, so later on, this teachers, after this 1-year BEd, specializes to be a teacher at the secondary level. Now you were asking that whether this teacher can also go and teach at the foundation level and the middle level and the preparatory level. He cannot, because he has been specialized to teach at the secondary level. Now if you want to do that, then again you have to come in and get yourself enrolled for that, that preparatory level. So we are specializing teachers to teach at particular levels only, so that we do not mix up the teachers at different stages. So once you are specialized at the secondary level, that means you will be teaching at the secondary level only. You'll be catering to the needs of the secondary students. So similarly, if the institution is offering all the 4 domains, all the 4 levels, then you can choose which one you want to be specialized in. If you want to be specialized at the foundation stage, then you can go in for that foundation, stage course at the 1-year BEd. So it depends on what the institution is providing. Right now, if you see most of the institutions, they are offering the secondary level, because the students who will be passing out from the secondary level, the teachers who will be going and teaching at the secondary level, they are already well acquainted with the curriculum structure of the old course, not the new NEP course. So they will be trained and these students will be going in for the colleges later on. So that is why, because we still do not have that foundation level, it's just coming up now. NET started in 2023 actually, properly at the school level. So they are just in class 1 and class 2 now. So therefore, more teachers are actually required at that level. So that's what I wanted to say. Thank you.
Another thing that I would like to add is that you would have seen in the regulations to the existing teacher education institutions that are offering exclusively teacher education programs. The timelines that have been given to convert into multidisciplinary is up to 2028, and then further to be giving, offering ITEP by 2030 to be able to offer teacher education programs. So, since this is a transition phase, it's been being done in a phased manner, giving them sufficient time to transform into multidisciplinary institutions and then later offering ITEP.
Observe that lesson planning is a mobile thing. Means from one district it is transferred to other districts and it's going on. And now in this experiential learning or in activities learning situation, in learning in a classroom, a lesson plan prepared by a teacher is always a teacher-centric approach. Most of the time I observe. So is there any mandate or any instruction from the NCTE regarding this lesson plan? Whether it will be some different thing or it will be like a format, the one thing. And the next, as of now, I was already declared online lesson plan. I think it is digitalized form of lesson plan. If I'm not, it is digitalized form of lesson plan, so one can transform the hard copy to a digitalized form. Other things, what we have already stated regarding curriculum structure, it's a very comprehensive one. But we have seen the different universities, the syllabus of different universities are different most of the time. And we observed that the level and the content of syllabus is not same. Will there be any mandate? Otherwise, the same courses, same degree, but from different universities, the values may differ. So, will there be any mandate from your end so that for whole India, there will be structure and value and the quality will be remain same for different universities? Thank you. Thank you.
I would like to answer the earlier one also. You asked for CT and IIT. These centers are again in higher education institutions. So that question is there. So their role will be as usual. They are in the multidisciplinary institutions, so they can come forward in that way. Coming to your question, one is related to the lesson plan. So NEP emphasizes experiential learning. So it highlights that every students, every learner should be involved in the process of learning. They should be given opportunity to participate in the process of learning. So now it is the responsibility of every teacher educator to offer opportunity for the trainees. They should learn how to integrate all these things, how to give opportunity to the learners to involve in the process of learning. So how to involve them, that is the main part. So it is now your duty how you design yourself, how you promote this involvement and how you promote the participation of the learners. So the NEP emphasizes experiential learning. What is important in the experiential learning is the reflection part. So how the knowledge is being constructed in the classroom and how the students, they will be competent, they will be made competent to reflect themselves, that is the important part. So definitely the traditional lesson plan is now going to be changed and you are the role models, you can be a role model in designing all these kind of learning experiences. Coming to the second question, that is the general curriculum or the syllabi. This was the curriculum framework which we are discussing here. This is the main structure, the suggestive curriculum, the suggestive syllabi, which will be implemented to all the universities, to all the higher education institutions. So this is one structure we are giving to the NCTE is suggesting this model syllabi for all the teacher education programs. So there will be only one structure. Yes, there is an option of modifying the curriculum 30% as per the local requirement. The university or the institution, they can modify that syllabus. So it is there. We are here to present to discuss that structure.
Within the framework of my own understanding, I see merit in the curriculum that have been presented. Thank you NCTE team for working out this comprehensive plan for this education program. And as ma'am has said, if all the modalities are ready, then may I request the member secretary to launch the program from this academic session itself. Thank you.
Last question now.
Sir, please.
Last question. This is the last question.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm come from Mizoram. I'm a faculty at IASC and I'm currently teaching both the MA and the BA courses. I have observed, Professor Indu ma'am, if your presentation could be made available, the curriculum framework, if it could be made available to us, we'd like to study it a little bit further. Regarding the BA 1 year and 2 year program, I have voiced my apprehension about the decrease in quality, and as I have noted, the credits for the 2 year BA program are 84 credits, while that for the 1 year program is 44. So there's almost half the credits have been reduced. So I don't know if that is going to lead to a decrease in efficiency and quality of the thing. But I was a product of the 1 year BA program, so I hope things can work out. And regarding the MA 1 year and MA 2 year, I think I've been very positive on that. I think I welcome the NCTE initiative on that. But hopefully, if we get the curricular framework and the syllabi as soon as possible, then we might be able to study it in our institutions and maybe offer our suggestions and advice, because the PowerPoint was so small that I couldn't read anything actually, so I couldn't make head or tails of it. So regarding the BA 1 year and 2 year programs, it has been said that only institutions offering ITEP will be able to offer those, if I'm not mistaken. We have to first offer ITEP in order to offer the BA and MA programs. In institutions like IASC, I come from IASC, we have been standalone DEIs. In a state like in a northern state, transforming into a multidisciplinary actually involves crores and crores of rupees from the state governments, a lot of investment, building land, faculty. So it's a huge task for the state government to transform all DEIs, standalone DEIs into multidisciplinary institutions. So if there could be some relaxations towards that and from the NCTE, for example, we have applied for the ITEP program. But because of the stringent regulations that were required by the NCTE, we have not been authorized to open the ITEP program. Getting a NAAC accreditation of A for a higher education institution like IASC is very difficult. And since we're not in National Institute of Importance, so we have not been granted that, and we'd love to open that and continue with our endeavors. So if NCTU could make relaxations regarding allotment of programs like ITEP, that would be very welcome. And if, as Sir has said, if NCTE could help us in that manner, speak with the authorities, that would be very helpful. Thank you, ma'am.
I'll take the regulatory aspects of the questions, and the experts can take the academic ones. One thing is that we'll be opening the portal for these 9 programs this year, and they can be offered from the next year, that's 2026. So the first question. The second question is, only the institutions offering ITEP will be able to offer BEd in the future. That is why initially I said that there is a time frame that is there for it. 2028 need to transform into multidisciplinary, and 2030 to be able to offer ITEP, and then onwards you can offer BL. As far as the transformation into multidisciplinary is concerned, I suggest that you could read up the documents of UGC on transforming institutions, higher education institutions into multidisciplinary institutions. There are lots of collaborative models that have been suggested in that, so that one need not start everything afresh. And we would not like to suggest the models to be adopted by the institutions. They are free to adopt those models the way it suits them, their present infrastructure, with whom they could collaborate, so that we would leave to the institutions to decide for themselves. Thank you.
Okay. Many questions in your mind, I know, but due to this some time constraint. So, in break time or in lunch time, you can ask directly to your expert panel, expert members, your questions and get answers. So, in the end of this session, I hand over to the Professor Indu for the concluding remarks.
Thank you. See, there are going to be a whole set of new programs, and there are going to be a whole set of challenges associated with new programs, the way they always are. I have 2-3 suggestions. Before that, I will respond to the gentleman who spoke. The MEd frame it will be released as soon as the documents are final. It is going to take about, say, a month or so before both the curriculum document and the syllabi document are complete. After that, it will get released. It's not yet, the books, the handbooks are not final yet. Right? So as soon as they are final, we'll get released. And then we will release them for feedback. Right? I would request everybody to take the time to read all these documents very carefully. See, very often our responses are coming out of very, very genuine apprehensions and fears. There's no question about that. But if you read the documents carefully, a lot of things are in those documents. So all the 4 ITEP documents, all the documents for the 1 year, the 2 year, and the MEd that will come, along with the original ITEP curriculum framework. If you take a look at all of them in a reasonable amount of detail, many questions do get answered. That's one. The second, this principle I think is important for everyone to remember, that you do have flexibility of working around many of those things. This 30% flexibility is a very serious thing, and it's something that everyone should take full advantage of. Because your contexts are different, each of our ways of doing things are different. The third thing, important to also look at the National Credit Framework, because actually the number of hours you take for the credit, the kind of structure you put in place inside your courses is now based on the National Credit Framework. That's an important document to look at. It will also help you in your working across institutions. And some of the questions on quality, etc., that have come up, those also come up. Those may be responded to through the National Credit Framework. I would have one request from all the institutions. Please don't look at NCTE for everything. You are all people with a great amount of experience, and when you ask a question of a standard lesson plan, it worries me a lot. Because I believe the richness of your own experience, that lesson plan structure has to come from there. It can't come from a national centralized body. It really worries me. So what comes from the national centralized body is an exemplar, but you build on your own experience to create something like a lesson plan. And that's where the richness of that lesson planning comes through. The importance is in the idea of planning for teaching. Planning for teaching is critical. Otherwise, you don't teach well. You don't walk into a classroom without a plan. But what plan you use comes from your own experience and your own understanding. That cannot come from somewhere else. The components will be similar, but the way you do it is your own. And that is what you need to bring to all the curricula and syllabus that is in teacher education. Second, universities and institutions must have the capability of creating your own. And that's where creating something that is useful on the ground, that's where it comes. It can't come central. The frame will be central, but what you put inside it really has to come from your own understanding, your own experience, and your own needs. And that is where all these programs will end up being successful. Thank you very much.